Good morning. It's she hasn't done it. She hasn't seen it this morning. It's the 23rd of October 2020, and we've got a play date today. We've got Louise Indie Chick. Oh, yeah, I need some sound back. I need people go, oh yeah.
Like the Celtic Traders used to have all the jingles, didn't they?
Yes.
Well, there's a notification just gone out.
Yeah, maybe that's what I need, jingles. So what I'm dying to know is, well, first of all right, so I'm sure everybody knows Indy that's already subscribed to us anyway. Me, it's us now, it's our channel. But you might know Indy for her yoga. You've still got your oh no, I can't get it out. Tell me your YouTube channel for your yoga.
Mind Body Calm Yoga.
Mind Body Calm, yeah. You might know Indy for her yoga. You might know her for her curtains. You might know her for her love of the Smiths. Certainly from Insta. Right, and we've got lots of lovely people in. Good morning. Good morning, Joan. Morning, Laura. Morning, Rosie. Morning, Jewel. Morning, Global Thrifters. Emily and Jack, is it? That's one Laura, isn't it? Morning. Yeah, right. We're up to date. So normally in the winter, let's just get straight into this because I'm dying to. You normally have all year round car boots, don't you? Have I got that right? You have a covered.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, there's only one undercover one in the winter, but that's this year.
Yeah.
Because we only found out last week. It was postponed for a week, and then they dropped the bombshell that they're just not going to open it this season. So
I'm hearing that about. I don't know if Carla's are still going on. She's got an undercover one, hasn't she?
I think so. Yes.
So you've had a double whammy then with that, and does your husband usually source all through the winter that car boot?
He normally does really well because there's a lot of house clearances go there, and because he picks up a lot of electronics, it's ideal. It's sort of a regular supply there. So yeah, and for those of you that do follow me on Instagram, I was talking about my curtain lady. She can no longer supply me with curtains, so I've had two sort of winter sources that have dried up.
Yeah, and she was an exceptional source as well, wasn't she? 'Cause she was so cheap.
She was, yes. It was £2 per item. Didn't matter what the item was. And I've had some really fabulous things out of her deliveries. And it was quite funny because during, the last few months, I was getting a little bit overloaded with stock because the car boots were back open, and she didn't give me a chance to say no. So I would get a text to say, just drop some bags off, and I would open the front door, and it was like a drive-by. She must have just pulled the van up, just threw all of these big sacks out and drove off. So it was great. It was really good. But where she sourced her stock from and no longer providing her with stock, there were actually charity donations. So when you put a bag out, for the air ambulance, things, yes. So these were the items that they didn't feel they could move on quickly or could get the price that they needed for the charities, because they went to various charities. So she would just go and collect them, and it saved them having to pay to get them disposed of. But now they wanted to charge quite, I think she said 40p a kilo, which is that'll stack up, considering that most of her stock ended up back in the skip. Yeah, so it just wasn't sustainable for her, which means she can't.
So she must be stuffed as well. Has she got other things other income streams, or she totally?
I mean, she does. She trades in all sorts of things. She often travels to Manchester to pick things up. So I'm presuming she'll just do more of that. But that was her regular income, because that was what she sold at the car boot fairs. So yeah, she's quite successful.
With all the, like everywhere, with the lockdowns and that, and I really fear for the people when, well, no, that's their thing. And that's now, you know, having to improvise like your son did, because he was, you know, in a band.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit, and then all of the gigs are cancelled. But he improvised really well, didn't he? And said, right, okay, there's a job here, I will do that instead.
Yeah.
But not everyone can do that.
No, absolutely not. No.
So
so where do we go from here then?
Well,
the ideas.
The next biggest question. I'll just say hello to hello Heather. Did I say hello Lee? Apologies if I miss anybody. Strangely, I think of indie, everyone I buy curtains. I guess that would make sense. I think I know what you mean. Hello Rachel. Oh no, Louise. Yeah, cool. So what are you going to do?
What I'm going to do?
Yeah.
I mean, I did sort of squirrel away some really nice things over the summer. So I do have a certain amount of stock. It will last me about 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, I think. And then I'll be on the stragglers. Hubby he's lucky if he's got a couple of weeks worth of things. Fortunately, the outdoor car boot fairs are going to try and keep going as and when. So we just have to keep checking there. One of them is in a field, and they'll just pull the plug at some point because obviously the field gets water.
Yeah, mine are fields, and they've just gone now.
Yes, but one of them is actually held in the grounds of a race course. So there's a lot of hard standing there. So they're just going to, if they can, if the weather looks not too bad, they're going to try and keep right the way through, which for us is great. Yeah. Don't think it's going to be the land of milk and honey like it is in the summer, but at least it might just tick us over. And then there's also charity shops as well, which I don't love.
What are your trousers like?
They're not too bad price wise on the things that I get. They seem to undervalue curtains, thankfully. Yeah, so
they're so bulky, they don't want to be storing them for very long.
I think that's it. Yes, so you can go in there and see a Peruna maxi skirt, and they'll want £7 for it.
Yeah,
but you'll see a lovely pair of curtains, and they'll want £5. So I'm just literally going in, heading straight for the curtain area, and then shoes and boots, because I did used to sell a lot of those.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes. So I have a little look at there. Because I haven't lost all that knowledge. It's still in there somewhere. So I'm just trying to just go back to some things that I used to sell quite regularly, and just adapt. Have a look at the coat rails again. I used to sell a lot of coats, the jumpers. Yeah, just go back to those.
Would your husband, would he call around any house clearance people and see if they want to offload their electricals to him or anything like that?
Well, it's funny you should say that, because there is one chap that we talk to every week at the outdoor car boot fair, and he's not too far away. So I think if he's there at the weekend, I want to encourage Mike to have a conversation with him, because he does buy electronics regularly. And I thought, how big of a deal would it be for him just to have a little corner where he could stack all of the electronics?
I think you usually do find with the house clearance people, they usually have a few people that do come to them. Especially if it's electronics and he buys from them regularly, then he knows that, because sometimes there's a feeling of, oh, what if I go and I don't want the stuff?
That's it.
Yeah. But if he's quite a regular.
Yes, and I've bought curtains from him as well, and fabrics and vintage things. So I'm just gonna have a conversation at the weekend. You can either say yes or no, can't he? That's.
I bet he'll because they usually you find out there's a few. There's one I had a word with once, and she said, "Oh yeah, I used to have a lady who died." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'll step into her shoes." Step into the dead woman's shoes. But she was quite far away actually, and I thought.
Right.
It's quite hit and miss what I get from her, so I didn't really want to do a regular. But if there was one night, not far away, I'd be up there like a rat up a drain.
Yeah.
And Pennicot's in. Bonjour, lovely dovelies. Have you got any curtains? Any questions for Indy? Pop them in the the side chat.
Yeah, and if you've got any curtains, just stick them in the corner.
Curtains, really. Morning, Christine. Fabulous. Yeah, it's quite it's quite a panic, isn't it? That must have been, you must have felt pretty when the curtain source disappeared.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. She was quite matter of fact about it. She went, "Oh, I can't get them anymore." Even though I had my mask on, you can see by me else. It's like,
yeah. Oh my word.
So yeah, she did say that she's got a container still full of stock that we haven't seen yet. Oh, well, I also share the stock with another reseller. She gets it first. Yeah.
Oh.
And then I get the sloppy second. So I don't get to handpick. It goes to another reseller first, and then it comes to me. So
I wonder why the other resellers rejected some of the stuff that you've got some good stuff, haven't you? Well,
I'm looking as though she's behind me.
I do the things. Tom's like, they can't hear you. I'm like, well, you don't know.
Well, I have had a little look at the store, and she does say different things to me. She sells different things to me, yes. So nothing vintage appears on her store. It tends to be very particular styles that she must be drawn to, and I just get the rest.
Local. She's obviously local. Have you thought about messaging?
She's on a doorstep. She's literally.
But I'm guessing not far from you.
Not far from me, no.
Would you? Is it of any interest to you to get in touch and say, "Oh, hello, I'm a reseller too"?
We've actually spoken at the car boot fairs because this is where we found the contact, and I used to see her walking away with bag loads of things, and I used to say to Mike, I need to get there before that other woman.
Yeah.
And anyway, this is how it all developed. We just got chatting, so it's fine. Even if I get sloppy seconds, I still get plenty of things out of this.
It's really nice when you find out like somebody is I suppose not competition, because like it's like, oh great, we can be friends then because she's not after the vintage. I can have that, and like we don't have to be in competition with each other. Because I had a funny comment from somebody who said, "Oh, have I seen you at Bun's Boots?" And I was like, "Yeah, you have." And I was like, "Oh, I bought from you." I said, "No, but I see you up ahead going around grabbing all the bargains." I thought, I was really interested. I haven't heard back from them, but I want to know, what do you pick up and where are you then? And maybe not everybody's as nosy as me, but I'm really like. And then I found somebody like in their local hashtag who is a reseller, and I was like, like as if like I'm the only one in this area. Like, where exactly do you live? And then I found a shop. I was like, again, different stuff to me. So I'm like, I wonder if, but maybe some people aren't interested in meeting up. If like, let's go and hang out.
No. They're everywhere. We're everywhere.
Yeah, there must be.
Peter's in.
I wonder if she looks at your store. Yes, that's interesting.
She might do. Do you know what? It's funny you should say that, Peter, because the last few bags I've been getting have been rubbish. Well, there's nothing left in here, so maybe I need to have another look at the store. She might be picking up things that I used to pick up. Yeah. Oh, I never even thought of that. I'm gonna have to have another look.
Yeah, interesting. Well, because I thought about messaging this, because this lady that's local has she seems to do a lot of shoes. And when I was in one of my local trousers the other day, they had some Ferragamo's boots. Yeah, they were boots, black and looked in mint condition box. There was also some other brand I think I'd heard of. They'd obviously had a drop off some quite high end shoes and boots in mint condition. And I mean, they were asking some money, but I know like from Lee Cola Flipper that you can hold out for decent stuff, can't you? Decent money.
Oh, definitely.
But for me, I wouldn't want to spend that amount because it's not my love really anyway. And I just like, I could get 30 necklaces for that.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, shit. So have you been up to blah blah recently? Yeah.
Got a few more in the chat there.
You are?
Peter's accusing us of not looking at the chat because we're too busy gassing.
You haven't asked any questions? Yeah, come on.
Morning, Sam.
Oh, Sam, yeah. Put your money where your mouth is, Peter. Money double karma. Yeah.
Come on, Peter. You must have a burning question about curtains.
Or the Smiths.
Well,
We're only taking questions on those areas today. Go on.
I have got some things that I'm going to list today if you want to have a little look.
Oh, yes, please.
Curtains.
Oh, yes. Yes, I do. And whilst you're doing that, I want to ask about this bracelet as well.
Yes, you do that.
Because I love it. And it looks like, it's like enamel, but it's a stretchy and it's got numbers inside. I'm like, this is surely a brand. I was thinking at first, Joan Rivers, or I was like, surely this is something. I can't find a brand in it.
That's lovely.
Don't you think it looks more than, it looks like somebody's designed it, not a cheaper one.
Yeah.
But I wondered if anybody recognised that kind of, because it's absolutely lush. I had it on my wrist, but it's quite heavy for me. It's a bit, I've only got little arms.
It's lovely, that.
Yeah. Peter, Shelley, do you think blokes or ladies are better resellers? Obviously ladies, that's a stupid question. Next. You know better than to ask something as simple as that, Peter. Oh, Indy, you have to go on a desert island with Morrissey or Johnny Marr. Which one?
Johnny Marr.
There you go.
Johnny Marr, without a shadow of a doubt. I'm a bit scared of Morrissey.
Yeah. Isn't he gone a bit...
You do me head in.
Is he gone a bit strange in his older... Mind you, somebody might say it was strange to start.
Stranger, yes.
Yeah.
Definitely Johnny Marr.
Yeah. Right, yeah, what bits have you got? Let's have a look.
50p.
Oh.
It's a mustard vintage ice bucket.
Cube thing.
Isn't that gorgeous?
That is cool.
50p. I just thought people are building themselves bars at the minute, aren't they? And
it's really popular, isn't it?
Yeah.
Local Emporium, they keep she's having them made up, out of like rustic wooden stuff, and they are going hotcakes. And mini bars as well that you can just put on the top of a unit, where you can hang the glasses, and really popular. I suppose. Yeah. Because we're all staying in more, maybe.
I think so. I think it's a thing. It's almost like a 70s revival, isn't it? Where people had bars in the houses and cocktail cabinets and we're all, the pineapples, aren't we? Yeah. Yeah, so got that.
Well, especially as mustard's such a popular colour as well.
It is. And then it's not a pair of curtains, but it's a vintage, one of these fringed bedspreads.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So that.
Does brown...
brown and blue.
It's blue?
Brown and blue.
Oh. Yeah, it's quite difficult to see on the light properly.
Yeah.
Oh, the blue will probably save it, because what's going on with brown? Are people buying it now, or is it still there?
Brown's a thing.
Cool.
If I find any brown sort of velvety curtains and velour curtains, believe it or not, gone. Yeah. Brown.
I've actually got a vintage cushion cover thing, which is velvet, which I listed yesterday. And see that? It's got ruffles, the needlework. You see that green velvet?
Yeah.
I mean, that's really reminds me of my nan's house in the 70s, that green velvet. But it's, like...
That can sell quickly. Yeah, I sold a completed one similar to that with a green velvet back, and it had like rose like a tapestry needle point on the front, and that sold really quickly. Yeah, and that was a completed one. So, Peter's playing up this morning. He said you got your answer wrong.
What are you going on about, Peter? Spell my name right as well. I know that. Apart from me, which resellers get on your nerves. Wow. That's. You think that I would fall for that, Peter? I mean, that's a private conversation and a long one. No, it's not. You're all lovely.
Louise.
Anybody?
Anne.
There you go.
Are you on Instagram, Anne? If
She
you
is.
are, yeah, if you are, just have a look for me on there. Indie Life Escapes, or Shell will tag me in something, I'm sure.
You're
But
still indie chick as well, aren't you?
Indie Life Escapes. I dropped the chick. I thought
I didn't even notice. I see indie,
Yeah.
and I think indie chick.
I thought
Oh,
I'm knocking on the door of 50. I thought it was about time I dropped the chick. Oh.
No, never. No. I'm knocking on the 50 door as well, and I'm still a princess. Oh, that sounds quite promising, doesn't it?
Oh, yes. That sounds fabulous.
Lovely. Anybody else? I would like some jewelry, please. What else would you like? Your husband would like some electronics.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Christine Brown is supposed to be a thing. Have you noticed that in your sales, though?
I haven't noticed it in clothing because I don't really sell much. I think brown's a big thing at the moment. I've been selling brown boots and brown curtains, but I think brown, yeah, it's a neutral colour, isn't it? So I think people feel quite safe with it.
I know. Well, that was. Oh, when was it? It was the noughties, wasn't it? When everyone was having chocolate brown feature walls.
Yes.
Sorry if I'm going to offend people. I probably will. I thought it was disgusting. But I still can't quite. I could cope with a bit of brown if there was orange with it or something.
Yes. Or orange and brown's fab. Yeah.
It's full brown. Bit much for me. Thrifty Trooper. Who does anyone know if Laura Ashley fabric sells? Oh, I imagine so. Yeah. Auction lot.
It depends on the print. Thrifty Trooper. The bolder prints and the big florals, they're very popular.
Yeah, I mean, it depends how long you want to sit on it as well, because I mean, I remember my aunt, so this was the 70s, she was really into Laura Ashley, and it was all the little tiny prints. You had the wallpaper, you know, the little tiny flowers, like on
ditty things. Yeah.
She had loads of that.
Yeah.
I remember all of our wallpapers. Is that selling at the moment? I mean, it's 90s, as in for, I know, like clothes and jewelry, but is it for curtains? And
I sell 80s curtains, 70s curtains. The really old ones stick around for a long time. I was going to say hang around for a long time, but I stopped myself. They stick around for a long time.
Oh, no, you told yourself.
I don't think this will hang around for long, though. Look at that for a lampshade.
Oh, wow.
That's got the top bit as well, look.
So does it need wiring in, does it? Oh, yeah, because that's the wire, isn't it? That's me. Obvious. That's
isn't that lovely?
Yeah. That's got to, what are you going to price that at?
So whatever I think of, I just add a £5 on, because I've been doing really well with offers.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to put it on for 45. Hopefully I'll get 40 for it.
I'm sure that would, if you looked at solds for that sort of thing.
Not yet.
Oh, you'll get that. Should be quick, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I think, mind you, sometimes I think, why aren't you buying this at this? Do you know this is fabulous? Like, I don't understand why people are buying stuff.
You could boil crabs in it. You could put lobsters. Lobster pot, isn't it? Like a lobster pot.
Yes. Flying saucer. Thrifty, yeah. If you can get that fabric cheap enough, because I guess there's always the danger that you'll get fabric and it's got a big. What did I have? don't know if it was a bedspread or a curtain, and it looked all good. You know, you sort of pull it out a bit, and then I pushed it out to photograph it, and it had like a bleach mark in the middle. What?
Yeah.
Still sold it, just sold it cheap.
Yeah, that's happened a few times. And I've been putting off listing this last thing.
What?
Wait. Wait. It's freaky.
Hey, dude, what do you say? I'm Whitley.
Oh, yeah.
Utility card, and we'll get Millie.
God, he moves his head a lot, doesn't he? That's a bit real, that head, in terms of moving around.
It's disturbing, isn't it?
What is it?
He's called Whitley. You get like a I'm crap at this camera thing.
Oh, no, I've not heard of that. But that might be after my time, you say.
Whitley. I can't find much about it. There's one on for sale for 55. It hasn't sold. So we shall see. It's a bit creepy. Yeah.
But it looks like I mean, it's got to be from someone's childhood, and that they'll go, "Oh, I really want a Whitley," you know.
Yeah. But it's when it smiles, his whole cheeks like go.
I mean, it's quite like in a realistic way, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know he's a bear, but yeah. But I suppose that lamp would look wonderful. Would be wonderful kitchen nook area. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Or over the top of the dining room table, like nice and low.
Yeah, my friend had one of those pull down ones. I'm all about the nooks at the moment. I'm watching lots of tiny house living things again. I just love it. They always have a nook, don't they? It's like having a snug. When did you graduate to having a snug?
50 Trooper wants Whitley. Just send me a DM on Insta. I'm open to offers.
I must have it. Oh, Thrifty. You're right. Since you got, you know, I know you're about to come back from doing the job you love. You could use it on Halloween. I don't know if we're going to be having any. This is completely off tangent. I've got to go in a minute because I'm meeting my friend for coffee. But buying space will get busy. Oh, it takes a long time for things to sink in. But usually on Halloween, I've got a clown mask with purple hair, and I jump out like it's all in darkness apart from the pumpkins, so then they can come down. And then when they're there, I like really jump out at the kids are fine, by the way. They just one of them actually just stood there once and said, "Not scary," but the parents, they literally run.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it, but I don't know if we've sort of said to our girls they can't really go trick or treat this year.
No.
It's a bit too, I don't know, there was like a group in our road about whether to, leave sanitizer out and maybe leave a pot out or something for them. Yeah, so I get to do my scary clown mask, and I've also got I quite like Halloween. I've got this, do you know that Simpsons head I got off of, I was on one of those charity raffle things, and I got it off of Kelly, and you open his head and then he's like, oh, he says things. So like we drape strawberry laces and stuff all over his head so it looks like brains. And then we open the head.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah. Well, I like it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, gonna have to cut it. It's short and sweet today. Very sweet with Louise. Yeah, lovely to have you on. You have to come back on another time and update us. Play date. It's such fun.
Yay.
Yeah, thank you all for joining us. Thank you, 37 people, and drop a comment down below. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed. If you didn't, just go away. And bye-bye, don't die. Thanks, Louise.
Bye.